Well, hello everybody, Ian here, and welcome to my subterranean lair, my micro model railway workshop. As you know, I'm currently ruminating over the ideas of building a 7/8 of an inch to the foot scale model of a minimum gauge railway serving a small iron and steel foundry. Now, I've doodled a few track plans, doodled a few ideas, and I'm not impressed with them. So it's because I don't know a lot about this size. This scale is big. I mean, here's a driver. This is Alf from David Clavey, and he's big. He's the size of, he's bigger than the palm of my hand. He's a big guy. And and here's the Loco remote pet, Titch, whatever it is. What's it? Tiny, or anyway, it is tiny. And in the real thing is tiny. I've seen it in the National Model Railway Museum. But in 7/8 of an inch to the foot, this is a sizable locomotive. And so I just don't get the feel for these items right now. So I thought, yeah, I need some track. I need some track that I can put down, and then I can finish the locomotive off and run some trains and get a feel for what they can do. So, as you know, Chris Rennie has a range of downloadable STL files for free that you can use to 3D print your own track sections. I don't have a 3D printer, but I know a man who does. So I got in touch with Calvin Witt over at his Make It With Calvin YouTube channel. If you've not checked that out before, you probably should. There's some very interesting stuff on there. So I dropped him a line and said, Calvin, you've got a 3D printer, haven't you? And I said, would you print some of Chris Rennie's track pieces for me? And he said he would. And if you go over to his YouTube channel, I'll put the link to the YouTube channel in the comments. He agreed to do my track panels, and he also made a video about 3D printing these track panels. So go over to his his YouTube channel, check that out, and come back here. Like, this box of track came back to me just the other day, and it was full of 3D printed track. And, whoa, you know, I'm really impressed with it. I didn't know what to expect. I've seen a few 3D printed kits. I made a few 3D printed locomotive kits, and in various sizes, in various scales. And so I didn't really know what to expect with this, but I'm really, really quite impressed. I mean, this is that's my scratch built section of track using the Plastruct embossed styrene sheet, and that's for 16mm scale. This is a section of the 3D printed track, and you know, I'm really quite impressed with it. I mean, it's this is 7/8 and that's 16mm, so there's a little bit of a difference in size, but that doesn't really matter because different weights of rail took different size and different style, even sleepers. So that's not going to matter much, but what matters to me is the look of it, is the look of the channeled sleepers. I mean, I don't know if you can pick this up in the video, but you might be able to see that even these 3D printed sleepers have the channel profile, and you should be able to make out the hollowness of the end of the ties, and I really like that. So it's a really unique design Chris has come up with. The end sleeper of each section has a tab and a semicircular like recess, and what you do basically is you just join the two up together like that, and they just like joined together, and it looks like, just looks like a continuous section of track. And it's pretty cool. It's really clever, really inventive. Well done to Chris for coming up with that idea. I really like that. So I've now got some track, and now I can have a play, which is what I've been doing. I've got my Amberley here, and it's a 16mm scale locomotive, of course, but yeah, it's something that I can run on this track. So does the stuff work? I mean, let's take a look. Let's watch what happens. And off he goes. The turnout works perfectly, and you know, it's cool. I can now watch the locomotives run, and once I get the locomotive finished, then I will really be able to get a proper feel for the scale. So it really makes me, now I've got this track, it really makes me want to finish this off over the Christmas holidays, perhaps. So it's fun, and yeah, I'm really impressed with the track. The track looks great. So thanks to Chris Rennie for making this resource available to everybody for free, and big thanks to Calvin, of course, for putting all this together for me. So that's great, and now I can just play trains for a while. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays, or whatever you wish yourself at this time of year. Have a great time.